much like Abrahamic religion, Catholicism, Christianity, they have the 10 Commandments. Satanic groups also have their own belief structure. The Church of Satan has, I think it's called the 9 Satanic Statements. TST has the 7 Tenets. And us, being an anarchistic satanic religion, we have the 9 Principles. And these are just kind of guidelines to live by. And if you would like, I can kind of go over them if you'd like to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to start off on the last one. And the last one is important, and I'll kind of give a brief example of why. But the 9th principle states, never proselytize. If asked questions, answer them. Otherwise, let people discover the path for themselves. So I felt it was important to start off with that one because I don't want this to sound like I'm trying to convert you or anybody watching or listening to Satanism. It's not my goal. This is basically just a goal to get the word out about what we truly are. I don't want to try to change your mind. So in me reading these, I'm not trying to get new followers. Matter of fact, I don't really want them. So if what I say kind of rings a bell with you, that's cool, but I'm not trying to change anyone. So the first principle states, and I kind of alluded to this before as well, you are your own master and shall live life according to your own will alone. Meaning, who is anybody else to tell you or anybody what's truly right for their life? You have agency over your mind and body. You should be able to tell that for yourself. So, obviously we have rules of thou shalt not kill. Obviously, that's a great freaking rule. We're going to live by that. That's great. But it's more the nitpicky things. Oh, you can't smoke a joint. Your body's your temple. You shouldn't do that. We would say, as long as you're not making the problem, like your choice, other people's problems, do whatever you want. That's kind of where that one goes. And number 2 is show compassion and respect to yourself first and others second. If someone exploits your compassion, rescind it. So you and I, we have not met before today, but I'm going to treat you as a friend. I'm going to show you compassion. I'm going to show you empathy. I'm going to show you love. If you prove to me that you have broken that contract and you have taken this relationship and twisted it, then you're going to see wrath. But we start off every interaction with compassion, empathy, and love until it is proven that that has been kicked in our face. Then we're going to turn around and show you the other side.
So, sort of like treat people the way that you would like to be treated, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bit more harsh. Now, a lot of these you're going to hear sound very self-centered. That is because Satanism is a self-centered religion. We think we're our own master. We live life by our rules. So a lot of these are going to be protecting us first and others second. But yeah, that's very important. Yeah, treat others how as you would want to be treated. If somebody treats you with disrespect, return the favor, kind of thing. Number 3 is logic and reason shall always prevail over superstition and dogma. Another part about Satanism is we rely heavy on the scientific method, meaning things that we can see, things that we can measure, and things that we can observe. That's what's called logic and reason. That shall always hold sway over superstition and dogma, fairy tales and superstition and stories from afar. We're always going to believe and verify what we can see. So logic and reason shall always prevail over superstition and dogma. Number 4 is respect others' boundaries lest yours be trampled underfoot. This is a good one here because let's say you come to me and you say, hey, Jack, what you just did, I don't appreciate. You need to knock that off. That's a boundary for me. If I keep disrespecting that boundary, you have and should have every right to disrespect my boundaries because I'm not treating you with respect. So therein, once again, it's looking after the self. Once you let somebody know something is a hard boundary and they keep crossing it, their boundaries don't exist either. So it's once again there to kind of protect the person.
Right.
Number 5 strive to live each day as your most authentic self. Now, what that means is you should never dilute who you are to appease others. And there are caveats to that. We'll get into that here in a minute. But what I mean is, let's say, you want to like dye your hair green, or you want to wear, some crazy shirt, or you want to present yourself in a way that society may deem as weird. That can be anything. If somebody can't take a piece of you, they can't take all of you. So never hide who you truly are. Live your most authentic life daily. Now, the caveats to that would be, well, let's say you live in a house, like you still have to live in your parents' house until you can get stuff straight. They say you can't do this. You have to kind of go along to get along in certain situations, or even at work. Obviously, some jobs won't let you paint your nails black and have a green mohawk or whatever you want to do. You kind of have to live a certain degree to their rule. But if that is not a boundary, live your life however you want to. You're the only person that can really tell you that. So there's that one. Number 6 is indulge without excess. Do what thou wilt, as long as it brings harm to no one else. So what the Bible will tell you is, like, your body is your temple. You shouldn't harm your temple. What we say is, hey, if you want to have an edible, you want to smoke a joint, you want to have a drink, as long as you're not making that choice other people's problems, do what you want. Like me right now, I'm having a whiskey as we have this podcast. I know that I'm not going to drive again today. So drink up.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's take a quick break right now. Okay, so we're back. My camera just died and it stopped recording in the middle of our conversation, but go on.
Yeah, so we just did the 7th principle. The 8th one, we just did the 6th. The 7th one says to treat nature and her environs with the utmost respect. And this is one you're not really going to see too much more in other satanic spaces. The reason why we did choose to add this in there is nature truly does give us life. If you can, like we said, we rely on what we can see, measure, and observe. So if you take Mother Nature or you take an invisible sky daddy, who's given us the most? Plants give us oxygen. The sun feeds the plants. Mother Nature is literally giving us life. So we added that in there to not only, respect our environs, but also it's important to reconnect with nature. When possible, it's always best to get out there. Like they say, like touch grass. That's a thing that's like an internet meme these days. We kind of took that and amped it up. That is important, just to recharge your batteries, just to get your mind right for the week ahead. It is important to always kind of get out there and see the majesty of Mother Nature whenever possible. And number 8, if you wrong someone, acknowledge your mistake and work to ensure that it will never be repeated. So in the earlier principles, we have stated how this is a very self-centered religion. So like I meant, show compassion and respect to yourself first, respect others' boundaries lest yours be trampled underfoot. Why this is important is, if I wrong you and I apologize to you, Christian teachings would tell you that you are to forgive me blindly, turn the other cheek. And what that's teaching me, the person who has done wrong, is that you're an easy mark. You're just going to forgive me and I can keep doing it. I didn't learn a lesson. You didn't get closure, and the cycle continues. So we put the onus of the apology on the person who did the wrong, not the person who was wronged. So let's say, like, I offend you, or I steal from you, or I do something. I need to come to you as a person and say, Erik, man, I realize I was wrong. I screwed up. Let me prove to you that I've learned what I did was wrong. And it may take days, weeks, sometimes months for you to see that what I'm doing is I'm working on correcting that part of me, and that I'm trying to work to make myself better. And only then, once you see the steps that I've taken and the growth that I've made, would I expect an apology, or would I expect you to accept my apology? So, if you wrong somebody, work to ensure that it'll never be repeated means you have to do the work yourself. That's just making yourself a more moral person. It's showing that the person who was wronged, the person is doing the work to, like, you're always in my mind. Like, I wronged you. I need to make this right, kind of thing.
Right.
And then number 9 we started with is never proselytize. We're not trying to get people